Everything you see, you hear, you know, comes to you through the filter of the mind. So there is no way of bypassing the mind, because you cannot access the outer world in any way or form without your mind. Just imagine if you see a shape, you see a bottle lying there, your eyes are giving you the image, but you have no idea what that is, because it is the mind that interprets it for you. It is the mind that tells you what it is. And that works for everything. It works for the feelings that you're having. It gives it a name. Oh, now you're feeling sad. Oh, now you're feeling excited. Oh, now you're feeling miserable. Oh, now you're feeling anxious. Without that label, what would be left? Just a sensation of something in the body, which you would not know, which would not make you ecstatically happy, but it would also not make you totally miserable. Nothing comes to you without your mind. And the mind has got one component which developed over the years called the ego. And the ego is something that is never, the nature of the ego is that it is never satisfied. It is never ever happy. It continually needs to be fed with more and more and more and more. And it is that ego which tells you that you don't deserve this, you don't need this, this is a fearful thing, this will make you look even more beautiful. So you look at a commercial on TV and you see this girl with absolutely flawless skin. Now that's been photoshopped. You see her without her makeup and see what she looks like, really. And that's not what they're going to show you, right? They're going to show you someone completely unblemished at the age of 65 with skin like a 15-year-old. And you believe it. You want to look like that. Your ego is telling you, buy that product and you will look like that. And you rush out and you place your order. People that work in businesses, people that work in politics, people that work in places of influence understand this perfectly. They understand that it is your fears, your thoughts, your anxieties, your misgivings, your feeling, your self-esteem that guides all of your actions. And this is where misinformation comes into play. We're receiving information all the time, coming at us from all corners. Our mind is processing it. Some of it we keep, some of it we throw. The thing is, being thoughtless is not even a possibility, because your mind connects with other people all the time. There are passing thoughts there that are going to be entering your mind. You cannot empty your mind at all times. If you want to reach your source, you have to open up your mind. Open up your mind to include more and more and more. What is infinity? Infinity goes on and on and on. To try and empty your mind or try to take it all away so that you are not influenced is not even a possibility. So what do influencers on social media do? They show you a beautiful image of something. Them doing a yoga pose. One leg up, one leg behind, tucked over the shoulder. Half these poses in this lifetime I'm not going to get into. But I look at it and I say, oh my God, this is really good. She's using that yoga mat, that strap. Let me go and use what she's using. And that's how it works. We think We want to believe that we are somebody else, that we have got their path, that their journey, and we are fooled into believing all kinds of things. Because we don't pause to truly investigate. And this is why it is so dangerous to be excessively or too much on social media, or in front of the television, or reading too many magazines, because they bombard you with information. And if you have a certain mindset, you go looking for articles, you go looking for things that confirm what you believe. So if you believe that the government is out to attack you, then you build your house there. I mean, there have been stories of people that have made their home into an arsenal, build bomb shelters because they think the communists are going to attack or the world is going to end. All kinds of theories that, they prepare, they won't allow their children to go anywhere. They prepare for the worst case scenario. And you would look at them and say, how foolish, the government has no plans of attacking them. I mean, them of all people, somebody living in a little village in the middle of the country. Why would the government be interested? That's your perspective, right? But from that person's perspective, all that he's been reading or all that they've been given is information about how they're going to be attacked and how it's worse, and the guns are going to be taken away, so buy more guns. So the paranoia grows. And they are completely caught up in this world of fear. Fear is the most powerful weapon that all types of influencers use. And it has been used not just now, for generations. This has been the technique used to divide people or to get people's attention. Because once you're scared, your body is reacting. Oh my God, are these people going to come and attack my home? Immediately you'll pay attention to what is being said. If people will tell you, you better exercise 100 times a day because you're going to get a heart attack, right? Or you'll do that, you'll do 50 jumping jacks and 100 squats because physically everything appeals to you. But if I tell you that, come and sit with me for 15 minutes a day, you won't get any illness. You're not going to believe me because what has been happening is it has been bombarded. Physical exercise leads to health. Physical exercise leads to health. You've been hearing it for such a long time. It's going to take you another 50 years to understand that it all begins with the mind. Now I'll need about another 100 people or 200, 1,000 or 1,000,000 people like me to bombard that information. If something is told to you often enough, you will believe it. And nobody blames you for believing it. We all live our lives based on what is coming in from the outside. So then, how are you to decide what is the truth? What is the truth? Is this person a bad person? Should I follow him? Is that person a good person? Shall I follow him? There's so much out there. How do you decide how you live your life? Or what you're going to do? What are the milestones? What is going to be your guiding principle? How do you decide whether what you are hearing is correct or is just designed to manipulate you? And we've seen manipulation. Before I came to America, I was there in Bombay after there were big bomb blasts. And there would be just two men were killed in a slum. And they were, I think they were Muslim men, right? 2 Muslim men were killed. And I'm not sure, okay, it's either 2 Muslim or 2 Hindu. But the people, 2 Hindu boys maybe were killed. The rumor spread that it was the Muslims that killed them. And Bombay became just like a burning inferno. You saw how just a rumor spread so quickly. Fear converted people into monsters. They didn't even check whether that was true. It could have been done by a politician to serve his own needs. They might have been killed in a gang fight. Nobody knows the real truth. But 3 days of terror in the city followed. This is the power of misinformation. If you look at Hitler's Germany, at the time that Hitler was becoming more and more popular, they were being bombarded continuously. If you are told enough times that one community is bleeding you dry, you will believe it. And by not believing it, you're not part of the groupthink. You're not part of the whole group. So inside of you, some little voice might be saying, you know, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right. But you don't even want to give audience to it. Because you want to fit in, you want to think like everybody else, you want to participate and belong to that group. Why do we think that having a bank number of 1,040,036 makes us wealthy? It's just a number written on the computer. But in our minds, we have translated that to, oh, now I have 1 million in my bank account. I'm secure, I am safe, everything is fine. Is it really? Is that even money? What is money? This whole outer world is filled with misinformation, and you will be manipulated, people trying to take money from you all the time. Con people, scam artists, or I get tons of emails from all over the world asking me for money. What are you going to believe? What is the truth? The idea for me to give these talks is not to influence you. It is not to make you think in a certain, it is to make you start reflecting on your life. You don't have to agree with my point of view, because I do have a point of view. I can't help it. It's my conditioning, whatever I've brought into this moment, my culture, my background, my experiences. Similarly, all of you have your own unique cultures, your own unique viewpoint on life. And what we do, we tend to go towards people that share our views, you know, that share common views. So we begin to believe that the whole world thinks the way we do. And then it's a shock. I actually, when I was in college, I was told that there is a flat earth society and there are thousands of members who actually believe that the earth is flat and that you could walk to the edge, and when you walk to the edge, you're going to fall off. There are people that believe that. All of it, you believing in a God, you believing that money is going to save you, none of it. There is this all-world delusion. You come into this world, you have a few things, that problems or that you face through your life. One gets over, another one comes. Another one gets over, another one comes. It's like bang, 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 bang. All that time there's something coming. And you have little pockets of happiness here and there. Somebody gets married, some baby is born, and then you die. You will, right? It's all over before you know it. I can't even believe I am going to hit my 60th birthday soon. I feel as if I'm 10 or 12. Yeah, what the heck? Where did all these years go, right? It all goes. It all goes by so fast. And forget about the rest. All the money, all that success is for them, is for the outside world. What about you? Did you wake up in this life? Did you realize that the only thing that matters is the love that you have to share with the world? The sharing, the caring, the giving, the truth, the decency, the morality, the loving, the dharma. See, that is all that matters. that every day you're able to bring that smile on your face. And yes, there are days that are really bad. You have days where you have a headache, you have a backache, someone has illness, someone has job loss. Yes, the stuff keeps coming. Something or the other, one after another, one after another. You continuously face these problems. And your suffering is only because you are believing your mind stories that tell you, oh, this is good for you, that is bad for you, they're coming to get you, you're going to die, everything's going to be over, life is horrible, you're the worst person in this world, you've achieved nothing, you're going to die penniless, the government is going to take all your money away, and then you're going to have no health care, and this COVID is a hoax, and it doesn't exist, and this everything is like false media, all this stuff coming at you. You don't know what is true. The videos that are sent to you, don't know what is true. And even if you don't want it, you open your phone to look at the weather, the notification comes up and it's there. Whatever scary notification is there, it's there staring at your face. And as you look at it, you're thinking something. You're thinking something totally different. Today by mistake, I didn't know that if you touch one part of a group chat, it dials everybody. Did you know that? See, we live and learn so many things. And I've called everybody in the group. I'm suddenly wondering what happened, and I felt so silly. I apologized. I said, I'm sorry, I touched something and I called you by mistake. Each person responded thinking it's something different. Oh, I thought that someone's going to get married. Oh, I thought that you're sick, that something had happened to you. Oh, I thought something else. So I was just thinking, I just made a mistake with one phone call. And there are so many members in that group. Each one had their own view of, what had happened. Somebody said, this is she's become an old coot. She's just dialing out numbers now, right? So many different perspectives to one small thing. So you can imagine that to one phone call, we've had so many different thoughts coming up. When you see a video of someone, say, looting and breaking windows and setting places, how would that make you feel? Just that video. It is scary. I don't deny it. But is it the truth, or is someone trying to put an idea into your head? How are you to know? How are you to know what is the truth and what isn't? And you're not going to know by going into the outer world. You're not going to know by relying on the intelligence of this body, of this mind. You have to rest in super intelligence. When you go deep within, you get the urge to examine, to look at everything, to not take everything at face value, but to decide for yourself if something is good or not. And those grand values that you should live your life by are truth and decency and morality and peace and happiness and sharing and caring. Make all of these part of your life, and they will be your guiding light, illuminating the way, showing you where to go, what to follow. And for the most part, learn to light that silence, that nothingness, that doing absolutely nothing, sitting in one place, just doing nothing. Because it's the safest place. That place under the rock where I normally live, I get accused by lots of people. But I tell you, under that rock, it's very safe. Nobody calls you names, nobody labels you, nobody says you're this or that, nobody makes you compare yourself. Have you made it? Have you not made it? Are you here? Are you there? It is a safe place. And the more you learn to deal with the highway of your own mind and see how you are thinking, the more you reflect, the better your life is going to be. And there you have it. I've not said anything different, but maybe I've got you thinking. That's the whole point. Om Namah Shivaya.